Number 20. Peter the Hermit. In 1096, before the official Crusader armies even left, Peter inspired tens of thousands of peasants to march to the Holy Land. They had little training, few weapons, and almost no supplies. Along the way, chaos followed, including violence against civilians. When they reached enemy territory, they were quickly surrounded and massacred by professional soldiers. Zeal without planning turned into a humanitarian disaster. Number 21. Ludovico Sforza of Milan. Wanting help against his rivals, Ludovico invited the powerful French army into Italy. His idea was to use them as muscle and then send them home. The French looked around, noticed how wealthy Milan was, and decided they'd rather keep it. They took his city, captured him, and locked him up in France, where he spent years in captivity. He opened the door for help and got conquered instead. Number 22. Alexander III of Scotland. On a dark, stormy night in 1286, Alexander insisted on riding along a dangerous coastal path to see his wife. Advisors begged him to wait until morning. He refused. His horse stumbled in the darkness and he fell to his death. Because he died without a strong heir, Scotland was thrown into a long period of political turmoil. A late-night ride changed the course of a nation. Number 23. Reynold of Chatillon. Reynold was a Crusader noble with a talent for making powerful enemies. During fragile truces, he attacked trade caravans, robbed travelers, and even threatened holy cities just to cause trouble. His actions enraged Saladin, who personally swore to kill him. After the Battle of Hattin, Reynold was captured. Offered mercy if he converted, he refused and insulted his captor instead. Saladin executed him on the spot. When a legendary general has a personal grudge against you, maybe stop poking him. Number 24. Doge Marino Faliero of Venice. Faliero was the elected leader of Venice, basically the top authority in the Republic. After a noble insulted his wife and got only a light punishment, Faliero decided the system was broken. His solution was not reform or protest, but a full coup to make himself absolute ruler. The plot was discovered almost immediately. He was arrested, tried, and beheaded on the steps of the palace he already ruled. He tried to overthrow his own government and lost. Number 25. William Adelin. The teenage heir to England's throne boarded the White Ship in 1120. Before departure, he made sure everyone on board had plenty of wine. Crew, passengers, captain, everyone was drunk. The ship raced another vessel, hit a submerged rock, and began to sink. William escaped on a lifeboat but turned back after hearing his half-sister screaming. The small boat was swamped by desperate survivors and capsized. His death led to a brutal civil war. A drunken boat party changed English history. Number 26. Pope John XXI. Unlike many on this list, John was genuinely intelligent, a scholar and physician. Unfortunately, he also believed he knew better than architects. He ordered a private study built onto the papal palace, despite warnings the structure was unstable. He moved in anyway. One night, the ceiling collapsed on him while he slept. He died from the injuries days later. A brilliant mind defeated by bad construction and worse judgment. Number 27. Robert of Artois. During the Seventh Crusade in 1250, Robert led an advance force into the Egyptian city of Al-Mansura. Experienced knights warned him the narrow streets were perfect for an ambush. Robert accused them of cowardice and charged ahead anyway. His troops were trapped, surrounded, and slaughtered from rooftops and windows. His reckless attack crippled the campaign and helped lead to the capture of the French king. Pride went in first, strategy never got the chance. Number 28. Pope Urban VIII. Elected in 1378, Urban quickly developed a reputation for screaming at cardinals, insulting allies, and generally being impossible to work with. The very men who chose him soon fled, declared his election invalid, and picked a rival pope. Europe split in two, with different nations backing different popes. This mess, known as the Western Schism, lasted for decades. One man's terrible people skills fractured the leadership of the church. Number 30. Thomas of Lancaster. One of the richest nobles in England, Thomas led a rebellion in 1322. At a narrow bridge, his forces faced a smaller loyalist army. Instead of flanking them or finding another crossing, Thomas sent his men straight across. Defenders hid beneath the bridge and thrust spears up through the gaps in the planks, impaling soldiers from below. His army fell apart, and Thomas was captured and executed. He lost to men literally poking sticks through a floor. Number 31. Henry VI of England. In 1453, Henry suffered a complete mental collapse. For over a year, he was unresponsive, unable to speak, rule, or even recognize his newborn son. While the king sat in a near catatonic state, rival factions fought for power, sparking the Wars of the Roses. When Henry finally recovered enough to function, the country was already in chaos. Timing is everything, and his breakdown came at the worst possible moment. Number 31. Adolf of Nassau of Germany. Elected King of the Romans in 1292, Adolf was chosen because powerful nobles thought they could control him. He needed money, so he accepted English funds to fight France, then didn't. Instead, he used the cash to fight small personal wars at home. This angered his backers, who removed him from the throne and elected someone else. Adolf tried to win back power by force and died in his first battle. He scammed the wrong people. Number 32. Louis V of France. The last Carolingian king of France reigned for barely a year and achieved almost nothing. No major reforms, no lasting achievements, and no heir. While hunting, he suffered a fall, possibly from a horse, and died soon after. Because he left no successor, his death ended an entire royal dynasty that traced back to Charlemagne. 3 centuries of lineage ended because one king had the balance of a sack of potatoes.